I was thinking about how on a lot of the movies about alien invasions and in general when we talk about aliens and stuff like that, especially in movies, the aliens would be so intellectual that they lack emotion and empathy. And a lot of times the humans will win over the aliens because of their humility, their empathy, their compassion, their love for something. So even though they are going to war with this advanced creature or being or extraterrestrial, the humans will win through their empathy, compassion, humility. And I was thinking about how advanced intellect, you can't, I don't know. I feel like if you really, it's not about intellect, it's not about intelligence. And I guess that it could be what there is alien species because we the aliens, like we walk around with these different soul groups, and that is what keep things interesting because we're dealing with these different personalities, these different beliefs amongst ourselves. Like we are aliens to each other. And in the simulation, like we dealing with these things internally, but for them to gain control, they give you a word, a meaning, a box, that feeling and that emotion or that awareness that you have, and they put it into that realm, and for some time that would like satisfy you for some time. But once you start to tap into your other awarenesses, you won't be able to stay in that box. You literally won't be able to. It would be so agitating to the soul. It would be so mundane. You will truly feel like a prisoner if you can't get out that box. You will feel like a slave to whatever that box is. And then the ego, which they have successfully made people identify with their ego, because the ego is attached to the programming of this realm. The ego is what make this realm so fucking real, to the point that you are fearful, to the point that you can't make decisions that will make you happy, because the ego will make this realm so real to you that you feel like you have to, obey it. You feel like it's nothing that you could do, And that's something that I struggle with myself, because I was thinking about the times where I was just so hurt by people taking from me. They would take from my energy and they would go manifest off of it. And then they would turn around and do something that would stop me from manifesting off my own energy. And I kept trying to find ways to get them to stop taking from my energy and stuff like that. Like, that's why I moved to like Patreon and whatnot. I wanted to somehow protect my energy, protect my creativity and stuff like that. And then, I recently realized, like, yo, I'm fighting the wrong war when it comes to that. I have to continue to create, because that is a tactic that they do to disempower you. They take your creativities, your ideals, shit from the past that you created, and they take that from you. And then they could either give it to somebody else, and then you have to watch that other person get praise off your energy. But yet, nobody want to give you your props. Nobody appreciates you. Nobody acknowledges you. And that is something that they do to disempower you. And I'm pretty hard to disempower, Like, I'm always looking for solutions. But when it comes to this situation, it's like very few solutions, and all the solutions lead to you hiding yourself. You don't want to put your art out anymore because people just stealing it from you. They make you have to worry about shit about copyright and shit like that. You can't just share your shit when the motherfuckers that's stealing it from you, they the one with the issue. Like, I would feel disempowered stealing somebody else's creativity and calling it my own. Because I would understand that I'm not utilizing my own power. I'm utilizing somebody else's. That would make me feel away. And that's why I don't do it. Because I feel like also that's a waste of time. Because the reason why these people do that is because they can't create on their own. But I can, I can always create something new. I'm always going to be evolving. And everything that you take from me is the past. But, I'm in the present and I could create the future. You have to wait for me to create in order for you to do shit. And then these people, they do so much shit to you to make you feel like, even though they taking from you, they taking your magic, they want you to feel like they are better than you, when that don't even make no fucking sense. How is that even a possibility? Just because you have the ability to steal from me, you think that you better? Like, I would never want to be in that position. I would never want to be in that position. That's what I'm saying. That's why I be healing from things so quickly. Because, I look at the way that people treat me. And I be like, man, I would never want to be in your shoes, man. Why? Because you really turned your back on a beautiful person. You really betrayed a beautiful being. And sometimes these people, they could see something, but they can't see the full picture. They can't see all that you are. And that lead them to thinking that they are indeed better than you. Because I feel like recently I've been thinking a lot about times that I was going through things, people was doing shit to me, and like, I'm just saying, like, just everybody turning their back on me. And it was people behind the scenes that was causing this in my life, you know. And when I would be hurting, when I would be crying, when I be in distress, like these people felt good. Cause I remember, you know, with Doelow specifically, cause Doelow did a lot of shit to me. And I don't give a fuck who believe that and who don't. I don't. I truly don't give a fuck. I know what I know. And I'm going to continue to talk about my experience. And people is not going to make me feel like I'm being delusional about it. Because I know what the fuck I know. So, it was something that he caused in my life. Because I believe Doelow did spell work on my family. I believe he worked with my enemies. You know, he did spell work on my psyche. He did projection spell on me to make other people look at me in a certain light. And I remember when I was going through this shit and the games that he was playing in his videos. Now, I've been, look, everybody being loud. Anyways. So, I've been through so much shit and everything, and then I have to deal with the people who come around and they try to project that I'm crazy or something like that. Thinking that I'm delusional or some shit like that. All of this shit is meant to make you feel like you're not as powerful as you are. That's the whole point. That's the whole purpose. And I kept realizing that. And that's what would break me out of. Because if I was to just shut down, go on my shell or whatever. Because I literally, when there was times I was real low, Doelow was high. I remember when I was making that video about Stacy, him responding to it. When I was low, that motherfucker felt good. He felt accomplished, like he did something. So I seen these people be elated. You get what I'm saying? Elated when they hurt you. They really will feel good about themselves when they could hurt you and bring you down. I seen people do that to me like repeatedly, and it's like, how could you? Because I couldn't do that to somebody else. And it just be weird to me because these people will wear a mask. They will talk like how I talk. They would make it seem like they believe the things that I believe. And if that's the case, then you can't do that to somebody. And they wear that mask because when they doing that shit to you, you know, they want you to not expect them. You know, but these people will actually feel like everybody is like them. That's why they can't see my beauty. That's why they can't see me. Because they projecting how they are onto everybody. So, you know, I think about that. And I go through the emotions. Sometimes I get upset. Sometimes it's really hurtful. Sometimes I really want answers. You know? People, they leave you in the dark on purpose. But see, the thing is that like if you're a divine being and everything, they would make people treat you a certain type of way. They will turn people against you. They will convince people to look at you a certain type of way. And that shit is powerful. But what you have to understand is that for the magic to work, it's working through something that is going on. See, this is why at first they weaken you by something physical, like coming into your comment section and saying something to bring you down or something, or to so-called make you feel humble or beneath them or something. Or they would try to like embarrass you in some type of way or whatever to bring you low. They would try to get you to think that nobody is on your side, nobody care about you. They would make you think that you are alone. All of this to bring you down, and then once they bring you down, then that's when they start to like implement their magic. And when you in a low space, this shit could make you suicidal. It could make you want to hide away. It could make you push people away. You get what I'm saying? I've been hearing the word sympathy spells a lot. Because there was a time that I was asking, like, people about shit that is happening. Because I really don't know a whole lot about, like, other people's spells and shit like that. I know that's, like, the quickest way to get fucked up. Because there's too much deception out there. And then, even without the deception, it's too much of the ego. So the way that the people are utilizing the magic is in the egotistical way. And that's going to cause problems. That's going to cause an imbalance. And I'm very aware of that. Like, very aware. That's why I'm real careful with. Because, I mean, just pay attention to the warning. Because it's things in this world, it's magic that you could do, that you don't have to worry about a consequence, as in a deity turning against you and ruining your life. So that was like the first red flag when it comes to people who is into certain things. They petitioning entities and stuff like that, and it's the way that they relating to it as something external. But it's never external. It's something that they are projecting out. I'm starting to realize that very, very, very strongly. Very strongly. That's why it's so important to maintain balance and everything like that. Because we are literally creating our reality. Like, truly is. But there are forces that work to make us manifest that shit to ourselves. Because what they will do is, they will be like deceptive. They will send people towards you to deceive you, to get you to think a certain type of way, to be in a certain frequency and a certain vibration. That's why when I need to take a break from social media, like not reading the comments and shit like that, I'm not going to let nobody make me feel no way about it. And the reason is because a lot of those people are agents. Like that one lady who came into my comments and be like, well, you always calling people motherfuckers and you don't respond to your comments and shit like that. And then I had to tell her, like, yo, I talked about why I'm moving the way that I'm moving. And you literally choosing not to see it. Because now you talking to me, but you projecting on me. Because I said out loud, like, what is my reasons for shit? And I was very clear. And I had really valid reasons and good reasons and shit. And you still coming to me talking nonsense. when I gave you the clarity. Now, it'd be different if I didn't. So people would literally go watch a video. I'm answering certain questions. I'm saying exactly what the fuck it is. And then they come and say something to me that would be on the other end of the spectrum. Bitch, you projecting. Okay? And I get tired of that shit right there. But see, they do that shit on purpose. And what they do is they work through the negative energies of the people that is around you. So let's say that you in a divine person and you in a community or something. All of a sudden, everybody gonna turn against you, right? But see, the ones that turn against you was already either wanting to find something wrong with you. Like, let's say that you have a friend. Alright, I'm gonna give a real example, because I don't got time for this shit. Okay? So that girl, Amana, talking about Amana and Abe, they are in a relationship together. Right? I was originally friends with Amana. Then she got into a relationship with this dude, Abe. And Abe is a Scorpio moon and a Gemini sun. So we instantly related. Now, Abe was a great tarot reader. But he real young. I mean, motherfucker's like, what, 23 or something like that? I don't even think he in his Saturn return now. He might be still under 25. So he a young motherfucker. So, but it don't. Now, I felt like in the beginning of their relationship, it could be a possibility that they break up. But I don't be looking at it like that. I don't believe in shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It takes some time to manifest a situation where you actually want to settle down with a person and be with them forever. You need other experiences first. So a young motherfucker who never even really been in love before, still a fucking virgin. Like, it's going to be hard to maintain long-term commitment with this, because it's too much curiosity. Okay? You manifest long-term relationships after you get to the point of you been there, done that. So, I wasn't never looking at a situation from a standpoint of forever. But did I feel like they was a good idea for right now? Yeah. I thought they complement each other. They could learn a lot of shit from each other. And they could have certain experiences together. So I was always very supportive of their relationship. Now, when they had issues and stuff like that, okay. I don't have no real judgment on it. But I'm going to speak my mind. Like if Amana called me and she said, well, he doing things that I don't like. And you tell me the things and I be like, yeah, you valid. Then you just valid. But if you ain't valid, I'm going to tell you that, nah, nope, that don't seem right. Because, I don't got time for all the other shit. Time, maybe. Patience, no. I don't got the patience for it. So, there's a lot of things that happen. One of the main things was, Stacy. I introduced Amana to Stacy. And when me and Stacy fell out, Amana came on my side. And the reason she did is because from what she could see, it was valid points that I had. But do I think that she turned on me when she started to feel other ways? Yeah. Because she young too, but she was like in her Saturn return. Like 27 or something like that. Now, there was things that I seen in Amana when me, her, and Stacy was interacting together. And Amana have some programmings, mental thoughts that is already built against me. So a lot of times I find myself having to explain the way out of the programming, because it be there. And sometimes she literally can't see through it, and she'll cancel, and she'll get into her emotions, and when she get into her emotions, that's all the fuck she see. So I do think that eventually Stacy got into her head and whatnot. I was always feeling like that was a strong possibility, though. I always felt like that. So, especially when I started to see how she moved. Like when Stacy hit her up first to let her know that she was going, and then she didn't even tell me. So, but okay, the main thing I'm trying to get at is the fact that there was a particular conversation. It was with me, her, and Aid. Her and Aid was not agreeing on something or whatever. I feel like from that situation, in another situation, it created an insecurity. Now, see, this is what I hate about women, is that they don't come and talk to you about it. And women will have like a lot of codes and rules that they think that you should automatically know and stuff like that. And sometimes between women, we are intuitive like that, like we would know. Now, I would pick up on shit, but see, when I pick up on something, I'm picking up on the core thing. So you mad at me, but I'm picking up on the fact it's an insecurity. But you want me to see the fact that you feel like it's valid that you mad at me. You just want me to look at the surface, the situation. Oh, you offended me in some type of way, and you should know that you offended me. What a bitch. You offended because of the insecurity, though. Now, this is not gaslighting. Like, sometimes I can't go deep into a situation when I'm telling the story because, like, it's been a long time ago. So I only remember bits and pieces, but if people wanted to bring it to the forefront, I could definitely explain that shit, okay? Like, if people was to bring me text messages or whatever like that, yada, yada, yada. If people was to, put this in my face and whatnot, I could be like, okay, yeah, this is when that happened, this is when that happened, and this is why I feel like this about it. I could break it down. But I want to make it clear that it's not gaslighting. Because I also feel like the way that I am naturally, like people would try to project like I'm some type of narc or something like that. Because I'm very confident in what I know. And that's just because I be knowing. I know people. I had a lot of experiences. So, but I ain't really worried about those people because there's some people, like, they literally, like, I'm, like, very vulnerable, very open, very expressive. And people will still choose to not believe me, to not understand me, and to not have compassion for me. That's an issue within themselves. They just can't believe what they looking at. And I know that. But back in the day, I used to get into the trap of continually trying to prove to people that I'm just being me. I ain't doing that shit ever again. I'm not doing that shit. Now, this is complex. You know what I'm saying? This is a complex thing. Because, and everything is, like, sometimes people look at me like I'm always contradicting myself. And no, that's not what it is. And if you was to ask me about it, bring that shit up or whatever, not in a passive aggressive way where you like low key throwing shade, but just being direct. I could explain that shit. I could tell you and have an honest conversation with you. I don't want to get stuck in any mentality. And a lot of times it might look like I'm contradicting myself, but that's not what it is. I have a bigger picture. I have a goal that I'm overall goal that I'm going towards. And I'm just trying to get to that goal. And that's it. Everything else is me figuring it out on the way. But I also know that it's a lot of agents and bots who like even make me feel like that. That's for a reason, because they want you to stay. Like, let's say that I'll be like, you know what, I'm never gonna love again. That's how they want you to be. I'm never gonna trust nobody again. Because that's gonna stop you from progressing, okay? That's gonna stop you from experiencing. That's gonna fuck up your abundance and your blessings. Because if you ever do get in that trap, that mindset, like I'm never gonna trust nobody, I'm never gonna love again, the universe will literally send you somebody that you can trust, that you can love and you want to. You could feel your soul wanting to. But your ego, you have to defeat your ego in your mind. And a lot of people can't do that. So, you know, after that, basically you're just going to manifest death. Like, let's say that you a divine being. The agents had put you in enough patterns, situations that made you believe that you would never trust again, you would never love again, you don't want no friends, no nothing, no nothing, no nothing, no new friends. And then the universe, and when I say universe, I'm talking about universal energy, okay? Because I also know, like, the religious people, they can't get out. See, I know I did a video, and at the end of it, I said that people going to be sucking God dick for eons. I know I offended a lot of people. It hurt that religion in them. I know I did. So now, when they looking at me, any and everything that I say, they want it associated to their religion. So, and I know that people do this, because I had it done to me so many times. Like, I would say the universe or something like that, and somebody was stupid would come along and be like, well, God created the universe. But they relating to like the God in the Bible or something like that. And because they relate to that God like they should be relating to universal energy. You know what I'm saying? That's the shit that they trapped in. But I'm connected to universal energy. So, yeah. What was my point? Oh, so, like, they convince you and everything. Universal energy. It's going to manifest a desire that's in you. It might even be something that you asked for when your soul was more at balance or something, or when you was more in tune with your soul. You could have asked for like divine love or something like that. And the universe will bring it in as a test to you to see if you're gonna overcome like your fears and your ego and shit like that. But see, a lot of people they can't get over that. They get stuck in that. And that's when you start to like manifest death. I mean, this is how people like develop cancers and shit like that, develop all types of high blood pressure and shit, spiritual illnesses and everything, schizophrenic and whatnot. That's how people they will start to manifest that shit, all because they failed a test. You know, they failed a test and they couldn't deal with themselves failing the test, so they start to develop a desire to redo it again, because that's what they doing. Because you failed that test, you're gonna come back. You're gonna come back. So, and you might not get the same situation in the next life, but it's gonna be something that is teaching the same lesson. It's just like, let's say that you take a test on a computer, and the first time you take it, you failed it, so you gotta retake it. And then you thinking that because it was like multiple questions or whatever, and let's even say that when you got your answer wrong and you submitted it, they gave you the right answer. So you be like, I could just remember this, so when I take it again, I could just pass it. So you immediately retake the test just to find that they had reordered it and gave new questions. They might even change the names or whatever like that and whatnot. And then after that, you might have to realize, you know what, I think I just need to study. I need more work or something like that. So, like, that's what happens. And I know that with me, who I am on a spiritual level, that everybody that I come in contact with, they are going through their own tests. Because a lot of times I am the test to people. So, that's what it is. That's what it is. So I'm getting to the point that I really try not to take things like too personally and stuff like that. But I do acknowledge how I feel about things, how much it hurt me, how much it caused a hindrance in my life. But what really be hurting me the most is how happy they was to do it. Because these will be people that I really cared about. It wasn't a facade. Like, genuinely cared about that person. And to see them feel good when they hurt me, that part, when it get to that part though, when it get to that point, that's a lot of times when I see that, that's when I be real done with people. Like, I was talking about the Amana and Abe and stuff like that. So something was developing in her, and I felt like it was developing a long time. Like some type of secret feelings that she had towards me that wasn't good. And I feel like the energy worked through that. And her boyfriend turned against me and everything like that. But the reason why, I seen something in him. I seen the fact that, one, he was happy to be making me feel away. Because he wanted to sting me. Because he felt like I did something to him. So that let me know that, you know, something happened. Something was said. Because he wanted to hurt me. He wanted to sting me. But that's different. Like, I is more forgiving towards him than I am of her. Because when I reached out to her, she was fake as fuck with me. She didn't keep it real with me. She didn't give me clarity. She didn't put me in the light. And I was already feeling like, I don't trust you. Something ain't right. And every time I would ask her about it, she would make it seem like she cared about me. She loved me. She had my back. So she made a lot of, like, see, if you're a divine being and people violate you like this, I'm telling you, that shit ain't gonna be pretty. Because she violated a lot of things by doing that. And I know she did. And I know that the karma for her is going to be worse than the karma for Abe. Because she had light. She had the clarity. But she held it to herself. And she ain't going to be able to, I know she ain't going to be able to handle it. But I told her around the time I met her that she felt like a young soul to me. A little bit older. I felt like she was older than, like, my ex-husband or whatever. But she still had lifetimes to do. She was in this lifetime clearing up karma. And she failed. She failed. Now, when you are in a test, a spiritual test or whatever, and you did something to hinder somebody, to harm somebody, especially a divine being, somebody that's like in their purpose and know their purpose, man, look, I told people a long time ago that repentance, but see, in Amana's subconscious, because she was Muslim, she believed that the only person that she should repent to is that false ass God, not the God within people. She would say that she believed shit like that, but she really didn't. See, looking back at it, she probably thought I was in my ego for saying shit like that. But you will see, though. You will see. Anyways, but that's your best bet, is repentance. But repentance is not like just apologizing. You have to truly feel it. You have to feel repentance. You ever been in a situation that you like realize you was wrong or something and you just like, I'm so sorry, but it came from a deeper place, a place of true realization that you fucked up? That's like true repentance. You have to really know what the fuck you did and why it was fucked up. And then you have to bring that other energy into clarity. But don't think that they need it from you, because the universe probably already gave them clarity. Especially if they're a divine being. Because the universe had to correct the energy that you threw off balance. So by you lying and deceiving to this person, you, in a way, is trying to take them off their path. So the universe had to put in work to realign them. To heal them. So they could go back to doing their purpose. This is like there's a building on fire. And you knowing that it's people inside. But let's say that you did something. Like, let's say that you was in the building with the people, the fire started and whatever, and you just looked after your own ass. So you ran out, and you could have held the door open, but you didn't want to because you were so worried about your own life. So you let the door close, and let's say that you couldn't open it after it closed, like it automatically locked. So you running down the hall, you turn back and you see the people like banging on the door or whatnot. But you so worried about your own life and everything like that, that you just leave them in there. And they say that you was afraid to be responsible for this. So when you get out the building and the fire guard asks you, is there anybody else in the building? You tell them no. You tell them no, not that I know of. So they just let the building burn down or something, or they waited longer to try to put the fire out. And then all those people died. And let's say that later on the news, they discover that, if they could have had just got to them a little sooner, they could have saved all their lives. If they could have had removed the blockage from the door, which could have been something easy to do, probably took a few seconds, all of these people could be alive. And then you gonna feel that shit. You gonna feel it. Now, I was going to say, unless you like a psychopath, sociopath, or something like that, but those people are agents. They don't have no soul. So they don't have no lesson to connect to. Like, in our soul, we have a knowing that we are learning shit. We are completing karmic lessons and getting through these cycles. So your soul going to let you feel that you did something that fucked up your own blessings. You did something that fucked up your own progress, your own evolution. But a psychopath, sociopath agents, they don't have that feeling or that awareness. So that's why they could just do really bad shit over and over again and not feel anything about it. They might not even believe in karma. And a lot of times these people, they would be so used to bad shit happening to them that they can't even recognize karma when it do come around. And so they ain't gonna never get out of that cycle, ever. So, but yeah, That's just shit that been on my mind and whatnot. But I know I've been gone for a while. I just been living life. I've been doing pretty good. I'm in a good space and everything. I have healed from a lot of things. And something happened with a bird that came on my porch the other day. And I'm still manifesting from that. So, yeah. I know that people been trying to do shit to me. I know that there's shit going on around me. People don't understand. There's people out there that wish death on me. There's people out there that they want to see me hurt. They want to see me fail. If they can make me into what they projected on me, then they feel like that would make them feel better. Or that would lighten up their punishment and whatnot, because a lot of these people, they know they fucked up, but they don't want to do the right thing. They probably don't even know what that is. They probably never had to. It probably always worked out for them being an evil motherfucker like Doelow. It worked out for him for a long time. And see, he don't have no real spirituality. He doesn't. Like, Doelow's the type of person that all the magic and shit that he do, he learned it from, like, those Masonic books. Like, he practicing those rituals. He don't have the ability to, like, create his own. And creating your own is more powerful, but he don't believe that because he never came across a person that created their own magic and went against him and won. He ain't never dealt with that before. And he think that he know how people is going to move. He feel like he know how things going to work out because, he successfully disempower people and cast them in darkness. That's what he did. And he did that successfully a lot of times, to the point that he don't even consider, before he did what he did to me, he didn't even consider like what type of person I was, my purpose here, or nothing. He didn't care about none of that. Didn't even consider it. So yeah, he real fucked up. But he's strongly attached to his ego. But I kind of feel like he could be like that psychopath, sociopath shit. I'm hearing Machiavellianism. I'm not even really sure what that is. I need to look that up again because I heard about it before, but I can't recall a definition for it. But I was hearing that word, but that's what he is. And yeah, I need to look that up. I'm actually pretty curious about it. But Is that like a mental? If it's a mental illness, like that's what he has. That's how he believe. That's how he think. That's how he perceive. So, but he is very intelligent. You get what I'm saying? But he don't have a lot of awareness. He good at deception. He good at deceiving. And he feel like he could outsmart anybody. He good with his words and whatever. But I don't really think that this is the life that he could have choose another path a long time ago. I keep getting a visual of him being younger and sitting like on a couch and talking. Talking about like his rap career and stuff like that. Maybe at the time he was trying to manifest. But I believe this is an actual YouTube video. But this is before he had that fork in the road. And he chose a path. And then he got addicted to it. He got addicted to that feeling of feeling like a winner all of a sudden, whatever. Because he was able to get into some type of rituals. I think he got involved with a female as well. And she like introduced him to a lot of dark magic. And then after that, you know, he seen results. So he chose that path and he committed to it. And now he addicted to that false power that he had. And now he will never get his own power. Because on the other path, he could have had his own power. Now he have to steal everything to even manifest. He literally have to continually take energy from other people in order to manifest shit. Don't be Doelow. He's an example of what not to fucking do. Like, and you know, the thing about him is that I think he was doing that shit that is really popular in Africa, where they literally hunt divine beings and drain them of their energy, of their abundance. And they do that shit a lot in Africa. Like, I'm talking about, they literally have whole networks around it. Cults around it. They go around and they hunt divine people. They might call it something else. Like, I feel like they have a name, a label for us. And I think they even view us in a negative way. Like, we like these gullible, dumb people that don't know what to do with the power that we have. So don't feel bad about taking it from them. That's how they feel. So they feel like it's like taking candy from a baby. They might even think that we are young souls. Like they more advanced than us. So it's some type of mentality that they have that prevents them from feeling bad about what they do to us. So, but it got to a point that Doelow didn't care if you was a good person or not. He did not give two fucks about it. He was like a bounty hunter. That's what he was. Hunt you down, steal your energy,